President Donald Trump had dialed up his campaign schedule over the campaign season's homestretch, packing in 11 rallies in 8 states over the final 6 days of the campaign. Andrew Harnack AP Photo White House Trump's Election Day plans include monitoring races, watching returns with friends by Caitlin Aprisco November 6, 2018 6:57 a.m. EST. Share on Facebook, share on Twitter. After crisscrossing the country almost daily in the final weeks of the midterm campaign, President Donald Trump will spend Election Day monitoring key races and watching returns with family and friends, the White House said. The president dialed up his campaign schedule over the campaign season's homestretch, packing in 11 rallies in 8 states over the final 6 days of the campaign. On Monday, the president made his final blitz, holding 3 rallies in 3 states for Senate and gubernatorial candidates. Story continued below. After 11 rallies in 8 states and weeks of campaigning for Republican candidates, the president will spend today making phone calls, monitoring congressional, Senate and gubernatorial races across the country and meeting with his political team for real-time updates, Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders said in a statement. Later this evening, the President and First Lady have invited family and friends to join them in their residence as they watch election returns. Most polls predict that while Republicans are likely to retain their majority in the Senate, the House is in danger of flipping to Democratic control, a result that would put Tuesday's election in line with historical trends. Trump has cast the midterms, repeatedly and loudly, as a referendum on his presidency in an effort to drive his voters to the polls. In a certain way, I am on the ballot, Trump said in a Monday conference call with supporters. Whether we consider it or not, the press is very much considering it a referendum on me and us as a movement. Playbook Prime Minister, sign up for our must-read newsletter on what's driving the afternoon in Washington. Email sign up. By signing up you agree to receive email newsletters or alerts from Politico. You can unsubscribe at any time. The White House has hailed Trump's involvement on the campaign trail but has more recently been careful to distance itself somewhat from races that could land in the Democratic column on Tuesday. Trump, in his closing message, has drilled into the issue of illegal immigration, a red meat issue for his base, as well as the strength of the economy. Top House Republicans reportedly pleaded with the president in the final days of the campaign to steer away from harsh immigration rhetoric in order to avoid alienating suburban voters that the GOP needs if it is to retain control of the House. Across the final days of the campaign, Trump had also appeared to lay the groundwork to claim that voter fraud took place if Republicans perform poorly in the midterms, warning Monday that he had alerted law enforcement to be on high alert for illegal voting, despite evidence suggesting that voter fraud is extremely rare. The Justice Department on Monday announced a list of 35 jurisdictions in 19 states where it would deploy personnel to monitor compliance with the federal voting rights laws. Share on Facebook, share on Twitter.